Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Just Right Parenting. This is a group of parents here who are committed to bringing out the best in their children and in being effective as parents. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the first step that I believe is to take to bringing out the best in your children and feeling good about your parenting so that you feel like you're being effective as a parent. What this first step has helped parents do is to see their children for all the good that's inside of them already. They've renamed what's happening with their children so that their children aren't shamed or blamed or guilted into being their best selves. They've gotten their family all working together towards the same goals. They're working like a team, and each of them are seeing the good that's inside of each other. You know, parenting is hard, and the struggles that we face happen, and many times we're not even sure where they came from. We're surprised by them. We're overwhelmed by them sometimes and not really sure how to deal with them. We want the best for our children. We want them to grow up and be, as I say, safe, healthy, successful, and happy. But there's a number of reasons that we struggle with parenting, from the responsibilities that we have that range not only with the kids but with every other part of our life. The cost of raising a child is certainly very high, and that's certainly a struggle sometimes. The unrequested input from others telling us what we should do, giving us advice that maybe we didn't even ask for, or they telling us what they would do if, right? So and then finally, probably one of the biggest struggles that we can have is not agreeing with our partner about how we should parent. But this first step that I'm going to share with you today has helped parents to get their kids to do what they need to do, to get their homework done and get it turned in, to get up on time in the morning and get ready for school, to put their toys away and more. You know, I'm the father of 4 grown children, and I have 2 grandkids now. And I wish someone had shared with me what I'm going to share with you today. Not just for my kids' sake, but for every other part of my life too. When I started practicing this step, I was amazed at how much things changed, that everything changed. There's so many ideas today in the world about how to raise kids, and the world is changing so much and so fast that it's very confusing. I think also when people are giving us input from the outside and they tell you that this is what you should do, that is a red flag immediately. Well, at least to me it is, because I believe that only you know what is best for your family, and that you are just looking for the most effective way to reach your goals. But it's up to you. And no one else can tell you what's best for you. No one else can tell you what's best for your family. What we have learned, though, is children who grow up to be safe and healthy, successful and happy, all had this number one thing in their life, and that was strong, caring relationships with unconditional love from their parents or from some other caring adult in their life. Now, I know that's not a surprise for you, is it? But I also know that our frustration can really overcome us, so that we act sometimes in our role as the authority in the family. Sometimes we act too hard, or we may give in and become too permissive. Now, while there's many ways of building a relationship, it truly begins with reminding ourselves of all the good that's already inside of our children, with all the stress in our lives and the lives of our children too, for them to build the inner strength that's going to lead them to making great choices, that's going to help them to develop coping skills, if it's going to help them get through adversities that they're going to face in no matter where they are in life, is having the reliable presence of at least one caring adult in their life. And as a parent, you are the most important person in your child's life. But if you're like me, uh, when my kids were growing up, I was much quicker to see the things that were going wrong. Much quicker to see that than I was to see what was going right. Their report cards came home, and I saw the worst grade before I saw any of the other good grades on the report card. I saw them slip up in showing respect to adults or to others before the times that I was seeing the kind acts that they were doing or the compassionate acts that they were doing. And I was quick to jump on those slip ups and try to correct them and to make it right. And while they needed to be guided and corrected, well, there's no doubt about that, what I was missing was the first part, and that was acknowledging them for the good that they showed. And so here's the first step. The first step, take the list of virtues that you'll see a download for here and circle the top 5 for your child. And have your partner do the same thing. Do it separately, though, so that you can compare them. And let's just see if you come up with similar answers, and then take the top 3 out of the ones that the two of you have made on the list and that you agree on. And this week, let's look for those times that your child showed those virtues. So here's what we're going to do. Number 1, make a list of your child's top best virtues, and then look at this. Look for them this week. When you see them practice them, I want you to say the following thing. I want you to say to them, I appreciate, begin the sentence with, I appreciate, or I acknowledge you for, or I honor you for, or I celebrate the way, or I saw you, and then name the virtue, show responsibility, showed respect, showed helpfulness, and then name the behavior that you saw that showed that. So the sentence might sound something like this. I appreciate the responsibility that you showed when you picked up your clothes and put them in the hamper. Now, if you actually see your kids do that, you are going to be amazed, I know. But we're going to look at some of the simple things, and we're going to look for virtues that when they're showing them. I appreciate the respect that you showed when you held the door open for the people behind us. I appreciate, or I acknowledge you, or I honor you for the generosity that you showed when you donated your toys to the homeless shelter. And then do not say anything else. Just be quiet. Let it sink into their heads and into their hearts. Let them see that that you are acknowledging them for something that's good inside of them. And now, here's a little extra secret for you. Try it on your partner. Just try it, I am sure, because it works on adults too. And when you start noticing in them those good things, they are going to feel good about it, and it's going to really start changing your ability even to do other great things in correcting when you need to. So I hope you enjoyed this little sharing of seeing the good inside of our kids. Leave a comment below in the Just Right Parenting group here about the results that you had in naming the good inside of your children this week. I'd love to hear how they were reacting to seeing your goodness. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this. See you again. Bye.